In a decisive escalation of its counter-terrorism strategy, India has intensified its crackdown on Pakistan-sponsored terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir. The back-to-back successes of Operation Sindoor and Operation Kela have not only neutralized a series of deadly terror plots, but have also exposed the persistent and dangerous nexus between Islamabad and terror outfits operating in the valley. A report.
Amid growing tensions between India and Pakistan, Indian security forces have intensified their counter-terrorism operation in Jammu and Kashmir, striking hard against Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. In yet another major success in Nadir village of Tral in the Pulwama district, 3 terrorists affiliated with Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed were gunned down following specific intelligence input. Earlier, under Operation Keller, the Indian Army neutralized 3 Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists in the dense forest of Shukur Keller in Shopian. Among the slain terrorists were Shahid Kute and Adnan Safidar, both locals whose houses were demolished by authorities after the April 22 Pahalgam attack that claimed 26 innocent lives, including women and children visiting the popular tourist destination. This encounter marks the second major milestone of the year in Kashmir anti-terror operations, showcasing the effectiveness of India's intelligence-led swift action doctrine.
This operation that has been carried out, a list has been made of 14 terrorists who are there, who are operating over there in these regions, and out of those 14, 6 have been eliminated by now. And we are sure that by the time passes in another week or 2, the rest of the 9 would also be eliminated. Now the problem over here is that some of these terrorists, they are getting support from some underground and overground workers, and that is how they are able to hide themselves, or I would say move from one place to another. That is also being taken care of, because now the security forces have realized that the overground underground network has to be smashed totally, and people are now coming out against this. And that is how, if you see these 3 terrorists in Pulwama, how they were killed is that information was given by the civilians to the police, Jammu Kashmir police, which then later on led to a cordon and search operation. The same thing happened in village Killer. So once the people come out against all these terrorists, we are sure that these operations that are anti-terror operations of India will be very, very successful.
The ongoing offense is a part of wider counter-terrorism blueprint. Just a week ago, India launched Operation Sindoor on May 7th, targeting 9 terror camps in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. This came in retaliation to the Pahalgam massacre. The precise airstrike, carried out with surgical accuracy, destroyed terror infrastructure that had long enjoyed Pakistan's state protection. These were the very sites where terrorists were trained, armed, and pushed across the line of control by the Pakistan intelligence agencies. This marks a turning point in India's security doctrine from defensive posture to proactive dismantling of threats across the LOC.
Operation Sindoor was launched specifically targeting the terrorists and their infrastructure in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Jammu Kashmir. This has been very, very successful in the sense that we have managed to hit 9 of their big bases over there, training camps, plus their infrastructure, plus their other residential areas of all the terrorists over there. Now, if you come to see, the Pakistan, though it acknowledges only 100, but if you take a safe estimate of about 50 terrorists in each camp, so that means about 450 to 500 terrorists have been eliminated, which is a very vast number. The other success in this operation is the calibrated and the precision strikes that have been done by the Air Force, and which has ensured that there has been no collateral damage.
Despite mounting international criticism, Pakistan continues to offer diplomatic cover and material support to terror groups like Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed. It not only denies culpability but actively fosters an ecosystem of radicalization and anti-India rhetoric through its staged machinery. The recent operation in the Jammu and Kashmir is seen as a continuation of India's stepped-up counter-terrorism campaign in the valley, reinforcing the zero-tolerance approach to cross-border terrorism. Operation Killer also unfolds the backdrop of renewed ceasefire fragility between India and Pakistan. The recent weeks have witnessed cross-border shelling and drone incursion, prompting India to raise its security posture along the line of control. Security forces have launched massive combing operation across South Kashmir and Kishtwar, rounding off dozens of overground workers. Sleeper cell have long been the backbone of terror operations in the valley, often acting on instructions relayed from across the border. The success of Operation Sindoor, followed swiftly by Operation Killer, reflects India's evolving counter-terrorism strategy, proactive, intelligence-driven, and unforgiving. The Indian Army's new doctrine is clear: preempt threats, strike hard, and pursue perpetrators beyond borders if needed. These coordinated efforts also expose Pakistan's lie on international platforms, where it claims to be a victim of terror while harboring the very infrastructure that sustains it.